Hello world, Shelly here, and it's time for another episode of Foundation Fest. And today we are going to check out from Neutrogena the Healthy Skin Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. Retails for $14.99 for 1.1 fluid ounces of product, or 32 mils. That's like $13.62 an ounce-ish. Let's check out some of the claims. This comes in 3 shades. I've got the lightest shade, Fair to Light, and they've left out the deep end completely. The darkest shade is Medium Tan. They claim you can hydrate dull skin and show off a natural-looking glow with the Neutrogena Radiant Tinted Face Moisturizer SPF 30. It is a combo chemical and mineral sunscreen formulated with antioxidants, vitamins A, C, and E. This facial moisturizer, featuring the Sheer Ivory 10 shade, conditions your skin and leaves it with a radiant finish and just a touch of shimmer. Oh, I just read that for the first time. I scared. Oil-free. That shimmer is a little nerve-wracking. I like shimmer on my body. I don't know if I want shimmer in my foundation. Like I said, I got the lightest shade. Did I say that? Sheer Ivory 10. Let's check out this shade swatched against a few others in my collection. Swatch time. First up is today's foundation from Neutrogena, the Healthy Skin Radiant Tinted Moisturizer in Sheer Ivory 10. Second, I've got from Wet n Wild, the Tinted Hydrator in Fair. Third up is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Tinted Moisturizer in Fair 3W. Fourth is the CoverGirl CG Smoothers in shade Fair to Light. And last, I've got from Misha, the Perfect Cover BB Cream in shade 21. I've already cleansed, moisturized, and sunscreened this 46-year-old face. I'm going to use fingertips to apply this because that's kind of how I typically do a tinted moisturizer type of a product. I have not applied primer, again, since it's kind of a tinted moisturizer. I don't usually go in with primer. Oh, that might be dark. Not very drippy. All right, let's just kind of talk through this and see how it goes. Well, maybe it's not dark. It might be a little too light. It's got a scent of something to it. It's mild. It's not a strong scent. I don't think it's intended to have fragrance. I did not look at the ingredients to see if it has fragrance. I will do that in a moment. Feels like a typical tinted moisturizer. Just that little bit of grip to it, but it's more like, you know, the cross between a foundation and a tinted moisturizer, or a regular moisturizer. Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary is happening. This is very accurate to my real life. What do you think? I don't think I'm expecting to get any coverage, but you know me, I'm gonna try a little anyway. Let's just see if we can get a little on my sunspots and a little on my blue blood vessel that likes to mock me. Right through my face. Right through the skin of my... Do you see it mocking me right now? That sunspot mocks me too. Yeah, coverage isn't really a thing. Wasn't expecting it to be. Let's zoom in and take a look at this one. I really like how it's looking in terms of pores. I really feel like they're smoothed. It's looking really nice on my textured side of my face as well. It's doing some nice... I would say some nice smoothing. It's a little bit sitting on my nose, but I had some surprise flaking skin around my nose ring going on right there. So that's not too unexpected. Doesn't look bad. Not clinging to the texture between my eyebrows. Not doing anything strange on my forehead. Do really like the finish. It's pretty glowy. We're talking a pretty radiant finish here. But the word radiance in the name, so that is also not unexpected. I am liking it. It's like an evenly glowy kind of look, but it's not the sweaty look. It's got a tiny bit of tackiness to it, so we'll see if I end up being able to leave it as such, or if I need to apply powder to be able to blend a little bit of powder. I'm gonna try to do a no makeup kind of thing. You know how that goes in my world. It basically doesn't. Let's check the time. It is 2:10 p.m. Let me go put the rest of my face on. I will be right back. And we're back with the Neutrogena. I stayed pretty well on track, right? With the no makeup thing. I started to go off the rails a little bit, but what fun is life if you're not a little bit off the rails? So I did end up setting it very little bit with powder. I used the Flower Beauty Light Illusion powder, and literally 2 boops, like boop, cheeks, boop, other cheek. That was it, and everything else went fine. My blush is from e.l.f., the Primer Infused Blush in Always Punchy. Skipped the bronzer because I'm wearing my bangs down anyway. I'm gonna regret that when I end up pushing my bangs off my forehead. But highlight is Wet n Wild Mega Glow in Blossom Glow. And my eyes are Alter Ego Luster Charm. Just a little bit, just a little bit. Tried to rein it in, you guys. And my lip is CoverGirl Exhibitionist Gloss. This is in the shade Short Change. Pretty sure I already have one of these open. Couldn't find it. Bought another one. So that is where we are starting out. Also, I just want to point out how awesome this necklace is. It is from Neck Knots. The artist that creates these has a patent pending on her knotting technique, and she just applied to be on Shark Tank, and she's waiting to hear the results of that, and they're beautiful. She makes beautiful stuff. So I bought this necklace. She was at the vendor booth next to mine last weekend when I was down in Fayetteville, and I'm in love. It's gorgeous. She dips all of them into the Atlantic Ocean to soften the hemp. So I have her link down below. Check her out if you are interested in some beautiful hemp jewelry. This is not sponsored. She was just really cool. Her and her husband, we had a great time talking, and I think her stuff's pretty. So I will come back in a bit with a daylight check-in, and then I will come back tonight, give you guys my final thoughts. Hey guys, it has been about 5 hours, I think. It's like 6:30, so if my math is wrong, I can't remember what time I started this. Here's where we at. I haven't even looked in the mirror, so this is totally my first time getting a look at this. You can see I have some siding. They started the siding. Progress. It's been almost a year. A year, you guys. A year. Someday it's gonna be done. Someday. Okay, back to I think this still looks pretty good. What do you think? I think this is still looking pretty nice, huh? I mean, it's not much coverage because that's just not what it's meant to do. But I'd say it still looks smooth, and I don't see any product like moving around or anything. You think? Color match. Has it gotten a little darker, or am I just that pale on my chest? This part of my body hasn't seen sunlight in like a whole year, so you know. No, I don't think it changed color because I think it's fine. So that's where we are at. Several hours in. I will be back tonight, and we'll wrap this one up. 10:05 p.m. We are coming up on the 8-hour mark. Let's take a look at how the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Radiant Tinted Moisturizer held up. It is a tinted moisturizer, so we're not talking coverage product. So what I'm looking for in a product like this is that it didn't bunch up or gunk up anywhere. It didn't move around on my face. It didn't settle into any lines. And the good news I have to report is that it's basically traceless, invisible, in a good way. You know, it's not showing any evidence of moving around or bunching or gunking or caking up anywhere. And that is a good thing. It is gracefully degrading, and that's what I'm hoping for. In terms of how it feels on the skin, I do think it's moisturizing, it's hydrating, my skin feels good, it's super lightweight, I really don't feel anything on my skin at this point. It's checking all the boxes for this kind of a product. Let's zoom in and take a look. There's really nothing going on in terms of product. I don't even see anything on my upper lip, which usually I can see something clinging to a flake of skin here or there. There's nothing settled into any lines, including my deepest line, my chin line. There's blush and highlight are still intact. I can still see them, so it did serve as a base fairly well. I can maybe barely see a little bit of product on my nose, but that's really it. I really don't see any evidence that the product has moved around or done anything that I don't want it to do. I don't think it's quite as smoothing as the CG Smoothers that I took a look at recently, but it's still doing a nice job at blurring texture, and pores are slightly blurred and smoothed, so I feel like my skin looks really nice. And for a no makeup kind of a look, that's what I'm looking for. I do think this being the lightest shade is a little bit lighter than the CoverGirl CG Smoothers. So if that one was a little too dark, which that one was pretty dark for me, I would put it at like a MAC NW20-ish. If that one was a little too dark, this one might be more up your alley. I think they're very similar products in terms of how you would use them. If I had to give a grade to the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Radiant Tinted Moisturizer, I think I have to give it an A. I think it does what it says. I like that it's got sunscreen. I like that it is slightly blurring and smoothing. I like that it degrades gracefully. I think it's good for dry skin. I think it checks the boxes for maturing skin. No problems here. Nothing negative to report, really. Of course, I wish there were more shades, but these tinted moisturizers aren't coverage products. You're not going for a match because you really can't see the product. You're kind of going for a ballpark so that you don't see contrast to your skin tone, I guess would be the way to look at it. Anyhow, we're going with an A. I am pleasantly surprised. There you have it. Another episode of Foundation Fest is in the books. If you like foundation reviews, if you had fun with this one, give me a thumbs up down below. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And as always, thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. I appreciate your time, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.